Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Flying DCS World with OverKill, and today we are going to be flying the Mark 6 Mosquito. This is a really awesome aircraft. It's also going to be quite the killer, so stick around, let's find out why. Alright, now before we get started, I want to make sure you guys understand that this is an early access version of this aircraft. Okay, it just released today. It is made very clear that it's in early access, so we may see some bugs, some weird behavior. There's already a couple of issues that I've been made aware of. Now, getting into this, I have already set up my cockpit controls. I've watched a couple of videos myself to see certain things that I want to expect. So I've sort of gotten ahead of the ball, but we're going to be flying the aircraft for the first time with you guys here. So let's go ahead and get into it. So obviously, you know, there's really no need to talk about the textures and things like that. It's Eagle Dynamics. We all know what their quality level has been. I mean, it's fantastic. I got no issues. So let's walk in through the startup process. I have done the engine startup process quite a few times, had to set my controls up the way I wanted. Now, this is not a tutorial, not by any freaking means, just giving you guys my first impressions of the aircraft and letting you know what I think about it, okay? So I know for the first thing, we're definitely going to want to have this window open that's required for engine start. We're going to come over here, and this little silver handle, I have a lot of these mapped to my HOTAS, but this little silver handle here, we're going to bring the electric power bar up there, brings up all the electric power. Here we have our magnetos. Now, to turn the fuel valves on, I find the easiest way is to actually hit number 2 on your keyboard, switch over to the navigator seat, and then you can see them right here. So we're going to do a left click for the right tank, a right click for the left tank, and then turn the fuel pressure on. All right, now let's go ahead and step back upstairs here. We can turn on our gun camera, our nav lights. We have our IFF here. Here is the gun sight. Now this is pretty cool. When you flip this on, it actually moves you over to the center seat. I caught that by accident. I thought there was a bug at first. But we'll be checking that out later. I did set up some targets. We're going to try attacking some things right out of the gate. We'll see what happens. No promises. No promises. But let's see here. What else we got? We have our compass here. We have our compass indicator, the electric compass indicator. Let's see here. I think that we've just about got everything. We're just about ready for engine start. So we're going to go and call our ground crew. Tell them to start priming engines.
Copy.
All right, as long as he comes back with a copy, that's a good thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and flip these magnetos on. This for the left engine. We're going to make sure the prop is full forward, and we're going to crack the throttle about ½ an inch. Okay. Then you have 4 covers under here. This is starter, oh, no, excuse me, it's going to be starter here, a starter here, boost coil, and boost coil. So starter, boost coil, obviously left and right engine. You want to open these covers up with your right click. We're going to hold left click on the left starter here. While holding left click, we're going to move over to the boost coil and tap the right click. You'll hear that sound that sort of sounds like a gunshot there. That's the boost coil firing. Alright, looking good. Right about 1,000 to 1,200. That's not bad. That's pretty good idle. Okay, and we're going to rinse and repeat. Now I'm going to show you guys something cool what you can do this way, like RS Mapper. So with RS Mapper, what I've done is we still need to turn the coil or magnetos on, but I'm going to flip a switch on my HOTAS. It does that. Flip another one. Perfect. Love it. Makes it real easy. Alright, so from that point, we can close our window here. Let's see here. Yep, about 1,000 RPMs running on both engines here. Looks like everything else is golden. Let's see here. Something I did want to check. Alright. So, a couple weird gotchas that I've already seen that took me forever to figure out what the heck was going on as far as setting up my controls. with your landing gear and flaps. With the flaps, you have this little control lock right here that you have to find in the controls. That has to be moved before you can bring the flaps down, so keep that in mind. And then with the landing gear up, you have this guy right here. You have undercarriage gear control lever latch. This has to be moved before you can bring the gear up, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, it's going to drive you crazy when you're trying to figure out why you can't control the surfaces. Alright, but I think other than that, we are good to go. Now, we've got some bombs on board, we've got some guns on board, so according to what I found, looks like we should be looking at about 10% flaps. Oop, went too far. That was my fault. There we go. It's kind of weird getting used to the flaps. It's a little weird, not gonna lie. Okay, now braking, you can see that that brake lever just moved forward as I tapped the brake that releases the parking brake. Taxiing this thing, if it's like the Spitfire, which I've heard it is a pain in the butt. You basically have to turn your rudder to the left. In our case, we're going to tap, slowly add brake pressure. I'm going to add power and then add more rudder. I'm just sort of talking about what I'm doing. The more brake that I add, the tighter she turns. And then to straighten it out, you should be able to just more or less tap the brake. It should straighten that tail wheel, more or less. You may still have to correct here and there. It really wasn't bad. That was one of my better attempts, not going to lie. Now, I think... I hate taxing this thing. You guys should have seen when the Spitfire first came out. I love the Spitfire. Gorgeous airplane. Gorgeous airplane. And when it first came out, I had a buddy of mine making fun of me because it took me forever. I mean, oh my gosh, the time it took me to taxi to the runway was ridiculous. Oh. I just noticed something I forgot to do. Oh, crap. So if you're good at taxiing the Spitfire, this is going to be a dream to you because it's exactly the same. It actually might be a little bit easier. I don't think the Spitfire... I think the Spitfire is actually harder to taxi than this thing is, not going to lie. Let her roll forward a little bit. Alright, and we also need to turn the radiator flaps on or open them up. Air filter we shouldn't need. I think that's about, oh gosh, the trim. We need to trim rudder between the T and the R on trim here. And then for our weight, if I read it correctly, we should be looking for nose down trim about 1.5 notches, give or take. Okay. And now we're going to see if we can take off without crashing. Just going to add power. Here we go. Still got to use the tap that brake to keep her straight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on. Get back over there. Might add a little bit of right aileron. She should be ready to fly at this point. Oof. Oof. Up we go. Up we go. Okay, we're up. Landing gear coming up. Let's pull that boost back. Let's pull his RPMs back. And get those flaps up. That is a sign of overheating that I read on the forums as a bug. That's my understanding. If you guys know something I don't, please by all means comment below. I would love to fix that if that is not the case, but I believe this is what they were talking about, that is not actually a concern and that eventually it goes away. Alright, well here we are, and that was my first takeoff. That was quite interesting. That was cool, but wasn't sure I was going to make it out of that one. But now that we are up, she is fun. Let's do my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Ready? Even with the smoke. I love the flyby views. I always have. very lightweight bomber. It was designed by the British to fly in at low level, fly in at high speed, go in, do a strafing, whether it be on a train or a field or an airfield, whatever it may be, drop its ordnance, lay some waste, and then get the hell out of there and run like a bullet before the fighters would get it. And it was really good about it. The aircraft was built almost completely out of wood, which made it very, very light, but also obviously made it lack very much so in armor. She definitely suffered with armor. Even small arms fire would penetrate this aircraft relatively easily. But definitely a very neat aircraft. She flies very nice. I'm loving this. Can't wait to try this one out in VR. Alright, so now we're going to see if I set things up here. Set up for a gun run. There's our master arm switch and cover opening there underneath the landing gear handle. And let's turn those nav lights off. Can't have that. I want to run an attack run here. Let's turn the gun sight on. And as I said, it moves you over to the center, which a little weird at first, caught me off guard. Although it's kind of makes it nicer to fly it like this, I'm not going to lie. It makes more sense. But I wonder how that worked in real life. Like, that just seems awkward. Sounds are great. I love the sounds. So we should have an airbase out here. Some just simple trucks on the runway. Oh, no, there they are. Right there. Alright, so we'll come around from the other side. Alright, so we'll start off by hammering them with some machine gun fire. And then we'll come around and bring on the 20mm cannons. It's got 4 and 4 machine guns and 4 20 mils. See how she turns. She turns beautifully. Gosh, she turns beautifully. No issues at all with the turning. Although I want to watch that altitude. I'm not going to be able to line up for the strafe correctly. Alright. And hammer down. Didn't hit a single... Oh yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. Too low. Pretty cool. And see that smoke on the left engine stopped. Uh-oh. Okay, so you also want to be aware of that. What that is the carburetors on this aircraft were built in a way where negative G's. You can install the engines out. So check this out. Push the nose down. Yep, there it is. Oof. I'm not going to do that again because we definitely don't have altitude to recover. That's funny. Alright, let's come around. That's kind of cool they modeled that. Alright, so next one we're going to come in with the 20 mils. We should be able to really lay some waste here. Turning too tight. Turning too tight. Watch that airspeed. Come on, come around. Come around, girl. Alright, let's watch that descent rate again. Gently bring the nose down. This is where this is going to get good. Ready for this? Here we go. Hammer down. Cool. I like the cannons. Cannons are fun. Alright, now let's try the main event. Let's see if I set this up correctly. So for bombs, we need to open this panel. This is the bomb arming switches. This actually changes from guns to bombs. And we need to drop those bomb bay doors because we do have belly bombs. That should be open. That is so dope. You can actually see the bombs in it. I love it. Alright. Now let's see if we can... Uh-oh, did it again. It's going to take some getting used to, it really is. Alright, let's see if we can hit anything with some bombs. Alright. Should be able to see some smoke. There we go. Oh, damn it, did it again. Alright, I'm gonna try to line this up here. Bombs away. Haha, cool. Ooh, I got one. Ah, cool. Very cool. That was fun. Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. Not bad for just eyeballing it. Neat. Alright, let's go ahead and switch this back over to guns. Now I want to go in for one more cannon run, and then we'll take her home and try to land this thing. But I gotta try this. This thing is too much fun. Here we go. Just still got a couple out there. Yep, there they are. Those effects were cool. Alright. We've done enough damage for Her Majesty. Let's take her home and land this thing. I'll catch you guys when we get closer to base. Alright, so we're coming up on another airfield. Figured we'd take a look at it. This is at the channel. This is my first time flying the channel too. seems really short. I don't know if I'm feeling that ambitious, guys. Let's see where we are to the next one. We're a ways away yet, huh? Yeah, that seems really short. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, we're starting our turn towards the airfield. I'm pulling our RPMs back pretty far to try to slow this aircraft down. This thing flies, man. I think that's our airfield right there. Yep, it is. Alright, let's start working on some flaps here. Uh-oh. Can't get any flaps down. There she goes. Alright. I don't think I was slow enough. Oh, cool. So it automatically locks it at certain positions. Nice. Alright. Go ahead and call that gear down too. I'm going to circle around, try to lose a little bit of altitude. I'm pretty high. Give me some time to bleed off some speed too, so let's put some prop back in. That prop pitch is everything, man. Now, by the way, I'm winging it, guys. Please remember, this is not a tutorial. It's really not. Just showing you my first impressions and first time with the aircraft, that's all. Having some fun, taking you guys along for the ride. Alright, I think this is going to work out a lot nicer. Once you reduce that descent rate, we'll start to slow down too. Still can't get full flap authority yet. Alright, I think we're basically center lined, more or less. I feel like we've got a pretty good approach going. I don't know why I'm looking through the damn gun sight like a dork. Doesn't matter what kind, I'm always nervous landing these damn tail draggers. I wonder why I can't get full flaps. Yeah, it won't let me. That's not an option or what? No? Alright, I'll stop trying. 100 miles an hour on the approach. It's feeling good. Settling right into a nice groove here. A little slow. Ooh. Ooh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, what happened? Oh, that was going so good. Well, that's what I get for trying to get the screenshots. Well, son of a gun. Ain't that a drag? Well, guys, I can tell you right now that even though this is how this wonderful flight ended, this is an amazing aircraft. Absolutely love it. I will be right back up flying it as soon as I'm done here with you guys. Highly recommend it. I'm blown away. The cannons are so much fun to use. It's such a dream to fly. Honestly, had I knocked it off with the stupid flybys, I probably would have landed that thing perfectly. Everything was feeling good until I came back in, and I think what happened is I just stalled the wing. I got too slow and pulled her over. And the other thing is, you know, anytime you have a tail dragger and you change the power settings with the gear down and everything like that, you can do all kinds of nasty stuff. So just the way the world works, that was bad pilot error on that one. But absolutely awesome aircraft. You guys have got to check this out for DCS World if you have not yet. Until next time, guys, I hope you guys all do well. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I will see you in the next one.